Alright, hello and welcome. You're back with Almost Alice Plays Don't Starve Vanilla version. Yay! Woo! Yay! Exciting. I've been in a super weird mood all day. I was singing and dancing around work because it was super slow. And it was just a heck of a lot of fun. And then someone came in and was talking about Persona 5, so I started playing the Persona 5 Personified tracks playlist on Spotify. No, pick up the... Don't throw the wood on the ground. So it looks like we left off a little bit before the end of night. I'm going to use an extra log there. So we are in this spot here where we picked a spot kind of prematurely for where we were going to put our campfire. I might actually change that, though it's a really good spot for rabbit holes, so we might not. But unfortunately, we don't have any gold yet, so we can't build our science machine, which is the real thing we need to really get our final spot, our final official thing on the run here. We have, however, started to pick up some berry bushes, which will help us in the long run for a winter setup, so we won't have to worry about dying to lack of berries. The nice thing about digging up the berries is they should give us... I thought they gave us... they should give us berries and a... Nope, I don't want to dig that up. Just... So we gotta be careful. I don't necessarily want to dig up every berry bush. I've got to be a little bit better about how many of them I'm digging up. The problem if we dig up every single berry bush is that we're gonna run into this problem where if we ever have to run around, we're not going to find berries. Then we're going to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere with no food, and it'll be super sad. I don't want to pick up... Damn it, I don't want to pick up twigs. I don't need them. But as you can see, we're dealing with some hunger issues, because we didn't have a lot of food overnight last night when we were dealing with that. So we got this. But no, today's been kind of a hilarious day. So I've been, I've been dealing with a lot with the YouTube stuff because I just started I just started doing a lot of this. But on top of that, I kind of realized that I was journaling. So about 2 months ago, I picked up a journal, which is just a day planner. It's nothing special. The entire idea was that I would use it to not necessarily plan my days, but kind of look at them and say, and kind of record what happened. About a year ago now, my grandmother passed away, and one of the things that I really enjoyed, my mom got all the paperwork. My mom has this tendency to kind of be the records keeper for her family. She takes a lot of the photos at family functions, and she makes these book compilations, these memory books. They're like scrapbooks, but she does them digitally because we live in a digital age, and my mom is fantastic about that kind of stuff, which is cool. But she was going through all of a whole bunch of my grandma's stuff, and one of the things that she found and we were going through was actually all of the month calendars, and they were just, you looked at them and they just looked like normal month calendars, but you'd look at it and she'd actually gone through and she'd used them like bullet journals. There's a term for it where you instead of recording stuff to plan out your future days, you actually just go back and kind of write down what happened in your last days. And I really liked the concept of that. In the way she did that. So it would just be like a note, December 7th, Jeff and his fiance came by. Jeff's my brother. I just like little things like that. Being like, watched granddaughter get married via Skype. My sister got married in North Carolina. My grandmother I don't know if she's never flown or just hates flying or what, but she didn't want to fly down to North Carolina, so she didn't. But they ended up Skyping her in. So they had someone was sitting in the front row of the wedding with a laptop, and grandma was back home on the Wi-Fi. My grandparents owned a farm. So they had a Wi-Fi antenna on the top of the silo, so they got free Wi-Fi. And she's sitting there, they've got a whole party together. They're watching my sister's wedding ceremony. It's really, really sweet. They all teased me about how I was sobbing as the maid of honor. Pretty great. Pretty great. My favorite, don't worry. I'm gonna eat one of these carrots real quick, just so I don't starve. But it was super sweet. And I really liked that. It was a really cool way of having memories in a more permanent function. I don't know if y'all hear that, but there's a terrifying sort of animal noise in my headphones right now. It's those things! I didn't want to fight those things. Alright. Come on, die. Thank you. I was hoping to get an attack in on you before you attacked me, but we got both of them. Sweet! That actually was a lot more successful than it could have been. Whew, that was a little bit terrifying, not gonna lie. But that's what that terrifying noise was, by the way. It's those guys. I forgot that that's the hellhound sound. But yeah, they, oh, I forgot to start a timer. I was talking about journaling. But yeah, so I got this journal, I started setting it up. I was doing pretty well about consistently putting in just like, I was originally using it like mostly for stream stuff. I was gonna, cause I stream on YouTube, or I post videos on YouTube, stream on Twitch. That's how the words go. I was, mostly using it to kind of track some of the stream data. Just like, you know, how things were going, what was working, what wasn't, taking notes for myself to improve, all that kind of stuff. And I ended up kind of falling out of it for a while. I don't remember what happened. And I'd go back and forth and remember to do it, and I'd get really into it again. And we went to Hawaii, a couple weeks ago. And while I was there, I got really good at the end of it, like, I tried to do every night. It didn't necessarily happen every night, but most nights I sat down and I took the time to just kind of take some time and write about what happened, right? You know, right about, like, you know, say we went up to Volcano Island, Volcano Park. There's a national park on the Big Island. It's literally like you just get to go see the volcanoes, and it's super cool. Highly recommended if you ever go to the Big Island to go check out the volcanoes. There's a lot of really cool photo opportunities. There's a lot of really cool stuff up there. But at the end of the day, it's just beautiful. We ended up going a little bit later in the day, so it actually was pretty cloudy because you're literally in the middle of a cloud that high up on the mountain. But it was super cool. But I got really had fallen out of habit of it. And Hawaii was only like 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if it was because work got crazy or I got back and there was always just this stuff to do. But I've been trying really hard to get back into it, and I think I'm going to try to get back into it again. I got all sorts of like I didn't get all sorts of stickers recently. I got these forever ago. But I got all sorts of fun little stickers and fun little stuff to hopefully encourage me to continue to do that. Chester, come here. Can I give you things like, what do you have? Well, give me that first off. Can you take this rabbit? That'd be great. I really wish I could give him his eye bone, but I obviously can't give Chester his own eye bone. That'd be a little bit silly, wouldn't it? If we could give Chester his own eye bone. Oh no, shit. Oh, but Chester should have my flint, right? Yay, Chester, my good boy. I can't make a shovel. Well, okay, well that's fine. The good news is we've got 8 berry bushes, and that's actually going to be quite a bit. And these show up on the map, right? Yeah. Do they show up if they're picked or only if they're unpicked? They show up even if they're unpicked. Sweet. So what this means is that we'll be able to pick a whole bunch of these berry bushes. And we'll be able to stock up on the number of berries we have while also preparing for the future. Alright, so that's fine. So now we really need to keep an eye out for rocks. We haven't found any, have we? Alright, well that's upsetting. So what have I not explored yet? Over here? This is a really weird seed map. The good news is it also means that our space isn't that bad. Where am I? So, the good news is I don't think our seed's actually that bad. Specifically where we ended up putting our, the camp. The downside is that I don't think I got really unlucky with where I went. Because as we can see, like, I've chopped down that tree already. I mean, we obviously could see that I've been in this area before. So what we want to try to do is we want to try to go to a new area while also exploring new parts of the map. So that we can kind of unlock some more information. Because more information is always better, right? 2 heads are better than 1. Knowledge is power. Was that the... I think that was the bullfrog that was making that noise. Which would be okay. Back over here. Alright. Let's go down. Is there that path that we can follow? Yeah, let's follow that path. I know we've already seen all of this, so it's not anything new. But it should help us with some of this. Let's go get that. Oh, there's 2 seeds. 2 seeds. Oh, we're actually starting to see failing, a spoilage in our seeds. Which means we're collecting too many of them. But as you can see, like, it's such a minuscule amount that we're seeing that spoilage rate, that I'm not super worried about it. I think we'll be okay here as far as spoilage rate goes. Oh, this is actually a rock biome. So this should hopefully produce the gold we're looking for. So we literally just went in the straight opposite direction. Like, just straight up, we went in the complete wrong direction. Which is one of those just like, great, that's hilarious moments. I wish space bar opened, Chester. Let's drop that in there. Let's drop that in there. We aren't going to be able to get any more of those. So we can put those in there. Let's make another pickaxe. Let's make another pickaxe. There we go. And come over here and mine that. Oh, we got 2 pieces of gold that time. Sweet deal. Alright. I think with that, we're gonna, well, we'll investigate until we hit a little bit closer to nighttime. Box thing. Can't carry anymore. Chester, take the box thing. Ooh, spear. Chester, take the spear. Oh no. Well, Chester, take these things that are in my inventory that you also have. Why are we doubling up on inventory spaces? Anything else I have that you could take? Nope. Okay. Alright, with that, it is getting pretty close to dusk, so we're gonna call it a day for right now. The only reason we're gonna call it a day here is I'm gonna spend a hot minute. We're gonna spend some time up by our base camp. That's the word I'm looking for. And we're gonna make it a real base camp. I wish I could deconstruct my fire pit, but let's. For tonight, we'll use that fire pit, and then tomorrow we will investigate what's going on. I do need to. So one of the things that's going to be a problem, I don't know if y'all have seen the turkeys that are flying around, that are running around periodically. Turkeys eat berries, which is fine. It doesn't usually cause a huge problem, except for the fact that when we plant all those berry bushes that we dug up, they will come and eat all of our berry bushes. So what we need to do is build a wall around them. Good news, we found a whole bunch of frog ponds while the frogs are not there. Bad news, there's a bunch of frogs nearby. Frogs are good and bad. Frogs are good because they are another source of food and are really great because of that. Bad news is frogs have this attack where if they lick you, gross sounding, but accurate, they actually make you drop items, which isn't that bad, except for the fact that sometimes they make you drop things like healing items, or the things you're trying to attack them with, and then you're kind of SOL. Am I going the right way? Did I find a land path? I found a land path. I found a land bridge. Found a land bridge. Woohoo! Oh, I need that. I don't have time for this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I really hope I don't get cut out in Deep Night. I'm probably gonna get cut out in Deep Night. This is gonna suck. Let's arm ourselves with these. Yep, there's Deep Night. Oh, is it? Oh, there's a full moon. That is really nice. That's going to give us a little bit of light so we can find this. I really didn't want to use manure as my fuel source. So what we're going to end up doing is, well, we're going to eat these so we don't starve, and then we're going to cook these so we can eat them so we don't starve. It is, in fact, the name of the game. And I'm sure no one has ever, in their entire life, the entire existence of this game, made that joke before. But here we are, making the joke again. So, now, we're going to take these guys. We're going to come up way over here, and we're going to plant them. I'm not going to drop them on the ground. We're going to plant them. What this is going to do, once we can fertilize them with the fertilizer that we just got and used to light our fire that we didn't really need, is now, once we can fertilize them, they will start to grow. They're going to take a while to start producing again, I guess is the best way to put that. But they will start doing that, so that's good. And for once, all game, we are almost back up to full health, which is super spiffy. Now, the good news is, what do I need? I needed gold and stones, which I believe Chester has both of, and we can make this thing called the science machine, which will let us start prototyping things. So, for instance, we can once again make ourselves a shovel. We can also come over here and make a backpack. I'm going to make a prototype of a backpack. I'm not going to use it right now. We're going to leave it on the ground. I'm also going to make a pitchfork and drop it on the ground. And a razor and also drop it on the ground. So the reason I'm making a lot of these things and just dropping them, as silly as it seems, I'm not going to make a hay wall, though. I don't want to use them, so I'm not going to waste my time. So the reason we're doing this, is actually because now, once we make the prototype, we have the ability to always make that item, even if we are away from the machine. So what we can do, make a straw hat, and I'm going to wear it. Straw hat! Boom! So what that lets us do now is always make that item. So, we can put this back in Chester. We can put this back in Chester. We're going to pick these up. And then we're going to make a whole bunch of boards. But I can't because I actually don't have enough wood. So that's going to be our next project, I guess. We're going to start having a lot of projects at this point. Because, we're going to start we're gonna need to start making stuff for we're gonna need to start doing some serious prep work for the winter months, which are gonna consist of a lot of stuff. So so we need to start working on improving like our weapons set, because all these little tracks we're seeing on the ground periodically, I don't know if y'all have seen them, but they look like little lumps, basically. They are, there's something called the, it's the Qualiphant, that's what it's called. And the Qualiphant is going to allow us to, that you can kill the Qualiphant, and it will, it drops an item that you can use to build, like, make a really nice puffy jacket for the winter time. We really, really want that. We can use rabbits to make earmuffs, but they're not the best option. I'm going to eat these. I'm going to swap these. I'm going to eat these berries. Because I really want those stacks. I'm going to put these here. Oh, cool. I can actually do that entire thing. So that guy, that's a turkey. We need to get to the point where we can corral them inside of our little berry fortress, like our berry farm, I guess we could call it, that we are about to make, and kill them while they're in there. Once we can start doing that, then we can worry a little bit less about them. What we're going to do that, use that, though, is we're going to make wood, or not wood, we're going to make stone walls. So we really need to get a whole bunch of stone at some point, which is why we found that, part of why it's good that we found that rock biome, because we'll be able to do that. So right now, I'm getting wood because we're going to want to build a lot of chests. We don't have a lot of storage space at our their camp that we just got. So we're going to kind of fix that by, A, getting a lot of logs so we can make some storage facilities, but then on top of that, we're gonna plant a whole bunch of trees. We're making a whole bunch of prep work. Something that's really great in the long run is charcoal. It has a really long burn life, so it's actually gonna be really useful for the winter. It also has some really great uses for building, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna let some of these rabbits go, which is gonna seem silly. And counterintuitive, but they will die inside of the traps if I don't let them go. I could kill the rabbits that Chester's carrying, but then they start to spoil. I don't want to deal with that. We don't need that kind of negativity in our life right now. So, we've got a little bit of time. Where are we? The beefaloes are, like, way over here, so we're actually not going to go try to farm beefalo butts today. What I'm going to have to do at some point is I'm going to have to go over there. I'm going to start farming the beefalo for fertilizer. Because right now, we are running out of... So I believe, if I remember correctly, chests only take... They take 3. Dang it! Well, that's fine. Now we have a chest, which we can put things like these pine cones in, because we don't need those. We can put, like, we can just drop these in the ground, which is great. But we can put things like, Chester, what do you have? I can take things like this spider web that we're never going to need on a, like, trip, and this stone that we're not really going to use on trips, and the box thing that we're definitely never going to take with us on trips. And the gold that we're definitely never going to want while we're actually out on a trip. We can put that all in there. And that actually frees up a whole bunch of space in Chester, so I can pick up things like the shovel, this razor, and I can put those in Chester. And we can save. So, like, what we wanted, the razor in there, and the shovel we can put in there, and one of these had a spear. Chester already has a spear in him, right? Yeah, Chester's already got a spear. All right. So that's really sweet. So we've got a lot of space there now. We can deal with a lot of that kind of stuff. So we're going to come back over here. We're going to use the last bit that we've got. And one of the things I need to do is find an area to build a little bit of a tree farm. We're going to want a tree farm because we're going to build some trees. We're going to light them on fire. We're going to grow some trees. We're going to light them on fire. Rinse and repeat. Until we can start farming them for charcoal. And then it'll be super great. Oh right, I gotta cook these berries. I'm about to starve. And these are about to go bad. So let's fix that. But I think I'm gonna call that an episode. So, let's call it there. So as always, thanks for watching. If you want to hit the like button if you like the show, that's great. There's a little subscribe button up there somewhere. I actually, don't know where it is relative to where I am, where you're watching. But hit the subscribe button. It's super fun. You can hang out with me there. Down below in the comments, there's going to be, in the description, rather, there's going to be links to both my Twitch and my Twitter. Twitter, I chat a lot. It's fun. Woohoo! Twitch, you can come and hang out with me while I stream. Thanks for watching, as always, and have a great night.